Hi, hello, it's me, Tyra B, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about how to prepare yourself for the process of becoming an orientation leader. I make it sound a lot more secretive and serious than it is, but you do need to prepare for the orientation leader application before you actually jump in and take it. So the actual application opens on September 30th. I'm not sure what time. I don't know if it's 8 a.m., 5 p.m., midnight. I don't know. But when the video about the application goes live, the application will be linked in that video. These are some tips, some things you want to think about and get ready before September 30th rolls around. You do have until October 18th to finish and submit the application, but it's better to get it in as soon as possible. So here are some things to think about. So number one is to update your resume. So whether you have work experience or not, if you just have volunteer experience, make sure you update your resume, current phone number, current address, phone numbers and addresses of places you've worked or volunteered. Update it just in general for any job. And you want to make sure you do that before you fill out the application, because you will need to upload a resume. Number two is something that we should have learned a while ago, but it's really important. Make sure you clean up, or just make sure you make your social medias private before you submit your application. What you don't need is a bunch of hoopla going on your social medias, and the people who's going to pick you for a job can just type up your name and find the hoopla. So you can either delete the hoopla or put a fence around the hoopla. So number three is you want to gather your references. I remember when I filled out my application, they asked for a recent job reference, a professor's reference, and then the reference of a friend. Gather about 5 good sturdy references. They will probably only ask for 3, but gather about 5 so you have options. The next thing is to attend an info session. So there are several info sessions about being an orientation leader that you can go to. I particularly will be working on the one on September 18th, I think the date is. September 18th. I think we have 8 of them happening. I will put the dates here somewhere, I believe. But yeah, you don't even have to sign up for it. You just kind of walk in, sit down, listen to the presentation, ask some questions, and then when you write your name on the sign-in sheet, that is how we will email you the application when it goes live. Be on time for the info session. Be on time, be early. Be early to everything. So the next tip is, if possible, find a current orientation leader to be your mentor throughout this whole process. So it can either be an orientation leader that you just happen to bond with, one that you might have a class with, or your actual orientation leader that led you through your orientation. But get in contact with them. Most of us have social media, and we do know that we are student leaders, and we are here to answer questions and to help out. And so even if it isn't some kind of official peer mentoring program, just chat up an orientation leader. You can become friends with the orientation leader, and that would help a lot when it comes to the actual process for them to vouch for you. Tip number 6 is not something that I did, but when I went to Carousel, sis sitting beside me, we did a mock parent panel, and it really blew my mind. So you want to brush up on university facts. We had a mock parent panel, and the question was about safety, and the girl sitting next to me during our carousel, she gave a really well-versed answer, and she gave us the university police department phone number. That is not something that I knew, and she just had it ready. So that's one thing that you should know, or at least have in your phone, is the university police department's phone number. The next thing is brush up. So brush up on all basic university facts. So the university police department number, you should know the names of the major buildings on campus, as well as you should know a very vague, brief university history. and that can be like the frequently asked questions on the website. Like, those can be easy to find. Number 7 is to, if you haven't already, explore campus so you can get a feel of where buildings are. Like, knowing where buildings are is very important to the orientation leader lifestyle, because we do have to give campus tours during orientation, and you don't need to get lost with 25 students behind you. Tip number 8 is to practice professionalism. So if you're really big on cursing, using slang, slouching, dragging your feet, talking over people, not being attentive, work on that before you even apply. Like, this is a job, though this is the most relaxed type of job I've ever had. It is still a job, and there's still a level of professionalism that you need to have. So work on being professional. If you've never had a job before, work on being professional before you actually apply. Tip number 9 is to email any questions you have to orientation@gsu.edu. So just to make sure you are even on the list to get an email about when the application goes live, just email the orientation email and we will put your name on the list. So if you haven't had a chance to put your name on the list, just email. You know, it's something as simple as that. And email any questions about dates. Simple. And the last tip to prepare for the application is to check your student email multiple times a day, which you should be checking your student email multiple times a day anyway. That is it for today's video. I really hope anybody watching this does get a job as an orientation leader. Hope you found this helpful. Make sure you like this video if you found it helpful. Make sure you like this video if you found it helpful. Make sure you share it with any of your friends who are interested in these facts, and comment below any questions, or DM me on Instagram any questions. Make sure you come back every Monday and Friday where videos go live at 5. And don't forget to make yourself proud today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to